The envelope arrived unmarked, slipped under my penthouse door like a whisper in the night. Inside, a single photo of Winslow shaking hands with a boardroom full of suits. His smile the same one he'd flashed at me over breakfast that morning. My heart plummeted as I realized the boy I'd been paying to stay by my side was no kept man. He was the hidden heir to the Harrington Corporation, one of America's largest tech empires. My name is Marcus Hale, a self-made real estate mogul in the heart of New York City. At 45, I'd built an empire of skyscrapers and luxury developments, but my personal life was a hollow shell. Divorced twice, with no kids and a string of failed relationships, I turned to arrangements that promised companionship without the mess of emotions. That's how I met Winslow Rivera, 28, fresh-faced and ambitious, through a discreet app for high-end connections. He was everything I craved. Witty, charming, and disarmingly honest about his student loans and dreams of starting his own nonprofit. For $10,000 a month, he agreed to be mine, dinners, weekends away, and quiet evenings in my Upper East Side apartment. No strings, just mutual benefit. Or so I thought. Our first meeting was at a rooftop bar overlooking Central Park. Winslow showed up in a simple button-down. His dark hair tousled as if he'd just rolled out of bed, but his eyes sparkled with intelligence. "So, you're the guy who thinks he can buy happiness?" he teased, sipping his cocktail. I laughed, caught off guard. Most arrangements were transactional, cold, but Winslow made it feel real. We talked for hours about art, politics, and the absurdity of wealth inequality in a city like this. By the end of the night, I was hooked. The contract was simple: exclusivity, discretion, and no falling in love. I wired the first payment the next day. As weeks turned to months, the lines blurred. Winslow wasn't just arm candy. He challenged me. One evening, after a gala where I'd paraded him as my associate, he confronted me in the limo ride home. "Marcus, do you even see me? Or am I just a status symbol?" His voice cracked with frustration. I brushed it off, citing our agreement, but inside, guilt gnawed at me. Society's gaze was always there, whispers about the older tycoon and his young companion. In boardrooms, colleagues raised eyebrows. At family gatherings, my conservative sister lectured me on traditional values. Being gay in my world meant navigating a minefield of judgment, especially with the age gap and the financial dynamic. Winslow, from a modest background in Chicago, faced his own demons. Friends who accused him of selling out, and a lingering fear of being outed to his distant family. Yet, moments of genuine connection kept us going. Like the weekend in the Hamptons, where we walked the beach at dawn. "What if this wasn't paid for?" Winslow asked, his hand in mine. The ocean breeze carried his words, stirring something deep. I deflected, but that night, as he slept beside me, I wondered if I was the one being kept. Little did I know, Winslow harbored secrets that would upend everything. His late-night calls, dismissed as work for a startup, were hints of a life I couldn't fathom. The photo in that envelope was just the beginning, a thread pulling at the fabric of our fragile bond. The city pulsed around us, a backdrop to our unfolding drama. New York's skyline, with its glittering towers, mirrored my ambitions and isolation. Winslow fit seamlessly into it, attending events where heads turned not just for his looks, but his sharp insights on social issues. He volunteered at LGBTQ+ centers, advocating for youth facing homelessness, ironic given our setup. I donated generously, partly to assuage my conscience, but mostly because seeing his passion ignited something in me. "You're more than your money, Marcus," he'd say, but I wondered if he believed it. Tensions simmered beneath the surface. One night, after a heated argument about my workaholic habits, Winslow stormed out. I found him hours later in a quiet cafe in Greenwich Village, nursing a coffee. "I can't keep pretending this is enough," he admitted, tears in his eyes. We reconciled, but the crack was there. Society's pressures amplified it. Tabloid rumors, judgmental stares from my peers. Being openly gay in corporate America was progress, but our arrangement invited scorn. Sugar daddy labels stung, reducing us to stereotypes. Winslow fought back, attending pride events with me, but the disparity in our worlds gnawed at him. As the first year approached, I planned a surprise trip to Europe, hoping to solidify what we had. But the envelope changed everything. Staring at the photo, questions flooded me. Why the deception? Was it all a game? The heir to Harrington Corp, valued at billions, didn't need my money. My mind raced back to clues. His knowledge of boardroom politics, the mysterious family mentions. Betrayal burned hot, but beneath it, fear. What if losing him meant losing the only real connection I'd ever had? The revelation hit like a freight train, but I couldn't confront Winslow immediately. I needed proof, needed to understand why a man poised to inherit a fortune would play this role. Digging discreetly, I hired a private investigator, old habits from cutthroat business deals. The report came back in days. Winslow was indeed Winslow Wander Harrington, estranged son of the late CEO, hidden from public eye to avoid scandals. His mother had remarried, changing his last name to Rivera for privacy. He'd been living modestly, rejecting the family wealth until recently, when board pressures mounted for him to step up. Meanwhile, our routine continued, a facade of normalcy. Winslow moved into my apartment part-time, his belongings mingling with mine. Mornings were bliss. Coffee on the balcony, discussing the news. "Did you see the article on corporate greed?" He'd ask, eyes alight. I nodded, biting back the irony. Evenings brought intimacy, not physical overindulgences but shared vulnerabilities. He opened up about his past. A conservative upbringing, coming out in college, the rejection that followed. "Money can't fix loneliness," he said one night, head on my shoulder. I shared my own story, growing up in a small Midwest town, hiding my identity until success gave me armor. But conflicts arose, fueled by external forces. My sister, Elaine, visited from Boston, her disapproval palpable. "Marcus, this boy is half your age. And paying him? It's unseemly." Dinner turned tense when Winslow defended us. "Love isn't about age or money. It's about choice." Elaine scoffed, citing societal norms and family legacy. Later, alone, Winslow questioned everything. "Am I just rebellion against your straight-laced life?" The argument escalated, touching on class divides. My wealth versus his supposed struggles. Unbeknownst to him, I knew the truth and it twisted the knife. Social circles amplified the drama. At a charity auction for LGBTQ+ rights, whispers followed us. A rival developer pulled me aside. "Hail, slumming it with gigolos now?" Anger flared, but Winslow handled it gracefully, charming the room with talks on equality. Yet privately he crumbled. "I feel like a fraud sometimes," he confessed. The irony burned. I was the one feeling deceived. Our arrangement, meant to avoid complications, bred them. Debates on power imbalances in relationships raged in my mind. Was I exploiting him, or was he using me? As summer faded, Winslow's work calls increased. I overheard snippets. "The board won't wait forever." Paranoia set in. Was he grooming me for something? A merger? The thought poisoned our moments. One weekend in the Catskills, away from the city, we hiked trails lined with autumn leaves. "Marcus, what if we made this real? No contracts." His vulnerability disarmed me. I almost confessed, but fear held me back. Instead, we shared dreams. Him of philanthropy, me of retiring to mentor young entrepreneurs. The gap between truth and lie widened. Back in the city, a gala for tech innovators brought the worlds colliding. Winslow mingled effortlessly, his charisma drawing admirers. I watched from afar, piecing together his double life. A board member from Harrington approached him subtly, and I caught the exchange. Jealousy mixed with betrayal. That night, in our bed, he seemed distant. "Something's coming, Marcus. I need to tell you." But he didn't, and I didn't push. The tension built, a storm brewing. Society's undercurrents added layers. Protests against wealth inequality filled streets, echoing our personal strife. Winslow joined one, inviting me. "See the other side," he urged. Reluctantly, I went, feeling out of place among chants. It humanized him further, making the deception harder to bear. Friends warned me, Arrangements like this end badly, but emotions had taken root. Love, unbidden, complicated the transaction. The investigator's final report detailed Winslow's motives: escaping family expectations, living authentically. He'd chosen this life to prove he could make it without the empire. My payments? A means to independence. Humanized him, but the lie stung. Confrontation loomed, but first, more conflicts arose. A tabloid leak hinted at our relationship, sparking online debates. Ethical or exploitative? Comments flooded. Rich old guy buying youth. Winslow bore the brunt, his privacy invaded. In the midst of chaos, a quiet dinner at home offered respite. I don't care about the money anymore, he said. It's you. My heart ached. The high rose, secrets straining to burst. The dam broke during a heated board meeting of my own. My phone buzzed incessantly. Texts from Winslow. We need to talk. Now. Excusing myself, I rushed home, mind racing. He was pacing the living room, face pale. Marcus, sit down. Before he could speak, I pulled out the photo. Explain this. Shock registered, then resignation. How long have you known? He whispered. The confession poured out. Winslow Wander Harrington, had fled his family's shadow after his father's death 5 years ago. The corporation, a behemoth in AI and software, demanded his involvement, but he wanted freedom. I changed my name, cut ties, to live on my own terms. Meeting me was coincidence. The arrangement, a way to fund his independence without dipping into the trust fund he despised. But it became more. I fell for you, Marcus. The real you. Emotions clashed. Relief, anger, confusion. You lied every day. Was any of it real? Tears streamed as he begged forgiveness. The feelings were. The rest. I was scared you'd see me as a spoiled heir, not the man I am. We argued for hours, voices echoing in the spacious apartment. Societal echoes amplified. Power dynamics reversed. Now, I was the one feeling used, my vulnerability exploited by someone who didn't need my support. The fallout rippled outward. Winslow's family, sensing his wavering, pressured him. His stepmother called, demanding he return to Boston for a board vote. You can't hide forever, Winslow Wander. He confided in me, torn between duty and desire. If I go back, I'll lose myself. But staying means letting the empire crumble. I urged him to choose authenticity, but hypocrisy stung. I'd built my life on facades. Conflicts escalated. My business suffered. Rumors of my scandalous relationship deterred investors. A conservative partner pulled out, citing moral concerns. In the LGBTQ+ community, opinions split. Some saw us as progressive, others as reinforcing stereotypes of wealthy gays buying affection. Online forums debated, is transactional love ever genuine? Winslow faced backlash too. Friends accused him of hypocrisy, preaching equality while hiding privilege. Amidst turmoil, tender moments persisted. A late-night walk through Times Square, neon lights reflecting our uncertainty. What if we fight for this? He asked, hand squeezing mine. Hope flickered, but reality intruded. His family's lawyers arrived in New York, offering ultimatums. Claim the inheritance or forfeit it. The choice loomed, pitting personal happiness against societal expectations. Drama peaked at a family confrontation. I accompanied Winslow to a tense meeting in a midtown hotel. His stepmother, elegant and cold, laid it out. The board needs stability. Your lifestyle choices are irrelevant. But this distraction must end. Winslow stood firm. My life is mine. But doubt crept in. Back home, he broke down. They'll disown me entirely. What then? Our relationship strained under the weight. Arguments turned personal, my trust issues, his secrecy. You paid for me like a commodity, he hurled. And you let me knowing the truth, I countered. The age gap, once charming, became a chasm, generational views on love clashing. Society's lens magnified. Media outlets picked up the story, framing it as a modern fairy tale gone wrong or a cautionary tale on class deception. Yet, resilience shone. Winslow volunteered more, channeling energy into causes. I joined, finding purpose beyond profits. A pride parade united us temporarily, rainbow flags waving amid cheers. But whispers followed, the Heir and the mogul drama of the year. As decisions neared, Winslow's health faltered, stress-induced migraines. Caring for him softened my anger. I love you, despite everything, I admitted. He reciprocated, but the Empire's shadow loomed. A leaked document revealed board infighting. Without Winslow, a hostile takeover threatened thousands of jobs. Guilt weighed on him, personal choice versus collective good. The high trended upward, choices crystallizing. I have to go to Boston, he announced one dawn. Heart sinking, I nodded. Separation loomed, testing if our bond could survive truth's harsh light. Boston's crisp autumn air bit as Winslow boarded the train, his goodbye kiss lingering with promise. This isn't the end, Marcus. Just a pause. But doubt gnawed. Alone in New York, I threw myself into work, but emptiness echoed. Calls came sporadically. Board meetings grueling, family tensions high. They want me to denounce my life here, he confided. Horror struck. Renounce us? Media frenzy intensified. Tabloids dubbed it the Heir's hidden romance, sparking debates on privilege and authenticity in gay relationships. Pundits argued, can love transcend deception? Supporters rallied online, but critics decried the power imbalance. My sister called, sympathetic for once. Maybe it's for the best. Find someone on your level. Her words fueled resolve. I wouldn't let go without a fight. Surprising myself, I flew to Boston unannounced. Arriving at the Harrington estate, a sprawling mansion outside the city, I confronted the gatekeeper. Tell Winslow Wander Marcus Hale is here. Minutes later, Winslow appeared, shocked. What are you doing? Inside, the opulence stunned. Marble halls, family portraits glaring down. His stepmother, Victoria, intercepted us. Mr. Hale, this is a family matter. But Winslow insisted I stay. The board convened that evening, a war room of suits. Victoria presented. Winslow Wander must commit fully, no distractions. Subtle digs at our relationship surfaced. Personal entanglements could tarnish the company's image. Winslow countered passionately. My identity isn't a liability, it's strength. I spoke up, uninvited. Love doesn't weaken, it empowers. Murmurs rippled. Some nodded, others scowled. Societal biases laid bare. Homophobia veiled as corporate concern. Drama unfolded as a rival faction revealed. Embezzlement scandals under Victoria's watch. Winslow's return was a ploy to stabilize, but truths emerged. You've been manipulating me, he accused her. Chaos ensued, shouts, accusations. In the fray, Winslow chose, I won't be your puppet. Storming out, he grabbed my hand. Let's go. But escape wasn't simple. Victoria threatened lawsuits, disinheritance. You'll regret this, boy. Outside, under streetlights, Winslow trembled. What have I done? Freedom's cost hit hard. Losing the Empire meant starting over, truly. Our drive back to New York was silent, weighted with implications. Do you resent me for this? He asked. No. I lied partially. The reversal stung. Now he needed me, inverting our dynamic. Back home, adjustments began. Winslow sought jobs, rejecting my offers. I need to earn it. Pride swelled, but struggles mounted. Rejections due to his name's notoriety. Society judged harshly. Spoiled heir playing poor. Friends distanced. Family cut ties. Our relationship tested, deepened. Late nights debating ethics. Was our start tainted? Honesty forged bonds stronger than money. Yet, external pressures persisted. A documentary crew approached, wanting our story. We declined, but leaks fueled more controversy. Protests at Harrington offices blamed Winslow for potential layoffs. Guilt consumed him. Maybe I should go back. The choice tore at us. Personal happiness versus broader impact. Climax hit during a heated confrontation. Victoria arrived in New York, ultimatum in hand. Sign over your shares, or we'll sue for breach. Winslow wavered, emotions raw. This affects lives, Marcus. I pleaded. But what about ours? The room crackled with tension. In a pivotal moment, he tore the papers. No more hiding. I'll fight fairly. Victory bittersweet as consequences loomed. The empire teetered, but Winslow's defiance inspired. Media shifted. Heir chooses love over legacy. Debates raged. Ethical abdication or courageous authenticity. In the aftermath, Winslow and I rebuilt from the ground up. He launched a nonprofit aiding LGBTQ plus youth in corporate worlds, using his experience to bridge gaps. I scaled back my empire, mentoring instead of dominating. Our apartment became a haven, filled with laughter and plans. Mornings started with shared runs in Central Park, evenings with debates on social justice. We've come far, he'd say, eyes warm, but scars remained. Society's verdict mixed. Some hailed us as trailblazers, others as selfish. Family reconciliations faltered. Victoria's empire stabilized under new leadership, but ties severed. Winslow mourned the loss, questioning choices. Did I abandon responsibility? I'd reassure, but doubts lingered. Intimacy grew unmarred by transactions. We attended events as equals, defying stares. A wedding proposal came naturally, on a quiet Brooklyn bridge at sunset. Marry me, not for money or status, but for us. Tears flowed. Yes sealed it. Planning brought joy, but controversies arose. Media scrutiny on our scandalous past. Friends debated invites. Some boycotted, citing moral qualms. The wedding, intimate in the Hamptons, symbolized triumph. Vows exchanged under clear skies. Through deception and truth, I choose you. Guests applauded, but online backlash ensued. Glorifying exploitation? It sparked forums on love's ethics in unequal starts. Life post-wedding settled, but reflections persisted. Winslow thrived in his work, impacting lives. I found fulfillment in philanthropy. Yet, the journey's toll, lost connections, public judgment. Was it worth it? We'd ponder. Years passed. Our story faded from headlines, but lessons endured. Winslow occasionally wondered about the empire. What if I'd stayed? Regret tinged, but resolve held. Society evolved slowly with more acceptance, but divides remained. In quiet moments, we'd discuss the power of choice over circumstance. Our bond, forged in fire, proved resilient. But the question lingers, inviting debate. Was it right for Winslow to reject his inheritance, prioritizing personal love over corporate responsibility that could affect thousands of lives?